lawsuit has been filed against the NYPD after a woman was arrested for driving without her hands on the wheels. Now, this story has to do with a woman by the name of Kamilah Brock. And a few years ago, she was stopped at a red light and she was dancing to some music that she was playing in the car. While she was dancing to it, of course, her hands weren't on the wheel. As a result, a police officer pulled her over and asked her what was going on. And she explained that she was stopped at a red light, she was dancing, there's nothing going on. Now, this black woman had the audacity to drive in a BMW, and the police official was very suspicious about that. Now, she got arrested, she got detained as a result of dancing in her own car, okay? She was detained for a few hours. She says, I was confused and did not know what was going on or why I was being taken into custody. The officer asked, why are you driving without your hands on the wheel? I said, I was dancing, I'm at a light. He asked me to get out of the car. So she couldn't understand why she had to get out of the car, couldn't understand why she was detained. Her car was taken by the police, and after they released her, they told her, hey, you know what, you can come back tomorrow and we'll return your car to you. She did return the next day, and she alleges that after she did that, cops arrested her again, put her in a paramedic's truck, and then they took her to a mental institution because they didn't believe that she was the owner of the BMW.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
This story is so unbelievable that I got to see how it comes out in court. If they can prove this in court, are we still going to have anybody left in this country talking about, oh, no, what racism? Black people are treated the same way as white people. Some of the stories, parts of the story are already not in dispute.
Yes.
They took her in on the first place because she didn't have both of her hands on her steering wheel while she was at a light. How many times have you had both hands on the steering wheel when you were at a light? Every time? Every time, really? Did the cops take you in? I've never been arrested for that. I've never been pulled over for that. You know what she got pulled over for? For being black in a BMW. That's why they impounded the car. That's why they didn't believe her. That's why they checked her into a mental hospital, okay?
So this happened last year, 2014, obviously. She was driving a 2003 BMW. It wasn't like she was, first of all, she could drive any car she wants to drive. She's a banker from New York. Okay, working in Long Island.
She tells them she's a banker. They're like, oh, she's definitely crazy.
They don't believe her.
She's definitely crazy. Let's lock her up.
So the lawsuit claims that Brock was held at the hospital for 8 days, where she was given lithium and injected with powerful sedatives.
Jesus
Now, keep in
Christ.
mind that according to her and her lawyer, she has no history of mental illnesses, and there was no reason for her to put her in a mental institution at all. Now, medical records also show that over the course of her 8-day stay, personnel at the hospital repeatedly tried to get her to deny 3 things before she could be released: that she owned the BMW, that she was a professional banker, and that President Obama followed her on Twitter. She had to deny those things in order for them to release her. Now, this was a big story last year, and the big update right now is that she's suing the department, and I'm happy that she's doing so because I want to know exactly what happened, and I want to know what the truth is.
So those 3 things, by the way, are true, even including Obama following her on Twitter. It's not like Obama was like, oh, I got to find Kamilah Brock and follow her. I'm sure that the White House follows a lot of things, right? So it's not so outrageous. So the reason I say we got to see what happens in court is, were there other factors, right? Did she say other things that made them reach the conclusions that they did? If they weren't, and they just said, oh, black chick in a BMW, she claims she's a banker, right? Then come on, man. How long are we going to keep doing this to African Americans in this country, right? And how long are people going to deny it? Imagine, again, this story just flipped the races. It's inconceivable, right? It's a 53-year-old white guy gets pulled over because he's in a BMW, because he's dancing at a light. He says, I'm a banker from Long Island. They're like, you're crazy. There's no way you're a banker. You're under arrest. Let's bring him to a mental hospital. There's no way you own that BMW, 53-year-old white guy. Come on, let's lock this guy up. Of course that's not going to happen. You're telling me, again, racism isn't, I hate black people, I hate this woman, and I want her to stay in a mental hospital and fill her full of drugs she shouldn't be taking for 8 days. No, racism is, I assume this about black people, and I assume this about white people.
Yeah, and also, I think that this story perfectly illustrates that when it comes to certain cases, it's not necessarily about your socioeconomic status that puts you at a disadvantage. Because people will make that argument that, you know, racism isn't really a thing, it's just the powerful picking on the powerless, which of course also happens. But this is a woman who was successful, who's a banker, who's doing everything right, and that still doesn't matter. She still gets stopped by a cop for doing something that I'm sure a lot of people do behind the wheel when they're stopped at a red light. You know what her big crime was? Dancing while black in a BMW. How dare she? And by the way, to add insult to injury, she received a $13,000 bill from the institution that they admitted her into.
They lock you up for being crazy because you are actually a banker and have a BMW. And then they send you a $13,000 bill. Well, that actually would drive me crazy. That would be the ironic end of that story. If all her facts are right, she should sue them for as much as she could possibly sue them. And it should bring attention to this story as much as we possibly can. And look, if she's wrong, we'll find out in court, right? Mm-hmm. But if these facts hold up, I don't want to listen to another white person in this country tell me about, well, it's their fault, you know, why don't they respect themselves and get a job? What more do you want from her? She was a banker, she had a job, she had a BMW. That's why they went after her, because there's no winning.